Ladies and gentlemen, hello, welcome back to another one with Melley. Now, today what I have for you is something that was completely sparked by finding someone had built a Super Mario pipe in the Steam workshop. So I was like, okay, well, that looks pretty cool. Let me take that. I feel like everything in my zoo was pretty brown. It was pretty zoo-esque, and I wanted some proper color. I wanted something cool. I mean, my entrance, which I'll put a link to the video of what I built, the entrance was colorful, don't get me wrong, but I just felt like I needed something else. So when I saw that pipe, I was like, perfect, I'll build a playground from that. Well, I actually didn't start with a playground. I started with building like just a scenery of Super Mario, and it sort of developed into a playground. I was like, well, if I can make it look like a playground, it doesn't look like things are just floating in mid-air, but even though by the end it's still floating. Anyway, the whole point is that it looks really good, but ultimately no one can actually play on it. Obviously, you know, children in this game cannot go to these sort of things, and even if they could, that is brick. I would not want children playing on a brick playground. They would probably fall and hurt themselves. So yeah, it just pure aesthetics. I mean, even the question mark box, I realized after the fact was I had to hand make that question mark, as you saw, but there was actually a question mark I found later on. I was like, no. So definitely relied heavily on Google to make sure the colors were right, and I just sort of use my own inspiration to create this build. So I hope you like it. I'll keep chiming in as I always do, but yeah, hope you enjoy. Okay, I'm back. So already I can see that, well, I was going to say those circle things before were coins, but as you can see, I've clearly changed it and made it coins. So, there really was no easy way to just make it look exactly like the coins. So I just thought, you know what, yellow circles with dollar signs, you get the hint, you get the point. And at this point, I'm trying to make a Goomba, those brown guys that you jump on and, you know, they're trying to attack you all the time. So that was actually quite difficult. I found this bit part of the build, trying to recreate the characters, really hard. Well, this Goomba was really hard, and also some bits you'll see a bit later on were quite difficult. But once I sort of understood what I was trying to create, I was like, you know what, at the end of the day, it just has to look like it. It doesn't have to be like super perfect. You just have to look at it and go, oh, that's pretty close to what you can imagine to be. That's sort of where I came from. So yeah, that's about it. Keep watching. Let's go. I will say just on this part is that when it came to Goomba's teeth, this pointing up teeth, there was really nothing in the Planet Zoo base pack that I found I could use that was really going to achieve the look besides the first little two parts you saw before, which will come back. They're blue. As you can see, they have a light blue tinge to them. You can't change that color, unfortunately. I think they're meant to be teardrops, or not teardrops, raindrops. It'd be weird if they had teardrops in here. Like, why would you want that? Anyway, so I just went with it. I thought when I zoomed out, I realized you couldn't really see the blue. It looked fine. I was happy with that. So once I got to the end of the playground, I was like, I really need some kind of symbolism that really represents Mario. And what better than the M? That Mario M for Mario. It was between that and the hats, and I thought, well, the M is pretty more symbolic rather than the hat. And I struggle a little bit doing this. As you will see, I try to make a variety of different designs. And when you're using something base pack or DLC, if you don't have the right items, it's a bit finicky. You have to then go to the effort to layer upon layer other items to be able to really achieve the look that you're going for. And see here, I try to shorthand it with just the letter M, and I was like, well, that doesn't even look like, you don't see that and go, oh, that's Mario, that's just an M. And I was really keen on having the exact Mario M that was there. It's got a really pointy edge. You'll keep seeing it pop up on the screen every now and again. And none of these designs I started with just looked anything like it. So I was like, I have to change it up and do something else. So this is when I get the triangle out and I see that it's got a really pointed edge, and the circle, that white circle, is big enough that I can really create this design the way I want to. So this is where I sort of decide to implement a better result, as you can see. Looking at it, is it perfect? By no means, but it's definitely the closest thing I could create to making the M look legitimate and more like Mario. And I feel like the result at the end was really, really cool. I really liked it, and this is where I'm creating sort of like an edge for it, just to sort of give it a little bit more pizzazz and make it look more Mario-esque, which I felt like these little touches are the kind of things that really bring out a design that you're trying to play with. If just having the pipes and Goomba wasn't enough, and the colors, I really felt like I needed some extra stuff, and that's sort of what I'm doing here, where I'm adding little touches to really bring out the Mario world for this playground. And this is where I'm building Little Toad, which, you have to use your imagination in some of these things. Are they exact? No. Are they the right colors? Well, I try to make it as best I could, but they weren't. The sizing wasn't always right. The design wasn't always great, but it's the result and how it looks in the end that really pays off. So I hope you guys really like it. If you do, throw me a thumbs up, please. Please. Desperate for a thumbs up. No, I'm kidding. I really like how this turned out. So I'm putting it on YouTube just to showcase. Like, this took me 4 hours to build. And I did look at, while I was looking for Super Mario stuff, I came across Super Mario World, I think it's called, in Japan, which is actually a real ride. Where is Super Nintendo Land? I don't know, either way. Pretty sure it's Super Mario. So I took a lot of inspiration from that as well. They have this image where they have a start sign, I guess you could say, and then a little button. That's sort of what it would be on Switch or Nintendo. So I really use that to make it look like a little star, even though it's at the end technically, because the flag's at the end there. I was like, you know what, use your imagination. It's really, at this point, way too hard. And I wanted it to look cool, and then the second you saw the whole thing together, you can really tell it's Super Mario, and I feel like I achieved that. So I hope you guys like it. So at this point I was just really trying to be quite finicky, and then I was like, you know what, I really need one of those chumpy plants coming out of these pipes. As we all know, the symbolism of the stupid plants that come up and down when you're trying to jump over these pipes, and you can always go down and have a secret underground area, which I did contemplate actually making, but I was like, way too hard. Let's just keep it to what this took forever, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna stick to what I got. And you know, I'll be honest, this didn't come out super crisp is probably the best word to say. Like, it didn't come out like 100% what you'd want it to be, but I think my whole thing was, do I want it to be super finicky to the point where like everything is like individually placed, when ultimately when you step back, does it give you the design aesthetic that I'm trying to achieve? And it did, so I was quite happy with that. I just really wanted to achieve the overall look rather than the individual design pieces, if that makes sense. So that was where my focus was, and I think yeah, overall looks really good. I hope you guys can see the Mario-esqueness in all the characters. We've got the Toad, we've got the Gumba, we've got the jumpy thing. Am I joking? I mean, I put coins there and the stars around where it said have fun. I just thought that was like another way to sort of tie in the Super Mario-ness. I was gonna build a star, but then I was like, too hard. Because I felt like it was just, I didn't want to overcrowd it, you know what I mean? Because I was like, that's not what a playground's about. I added this as just like a little way to, I thought white and red looked good because it tied in with Toad, it tied in with the Mario symbol and the Chumpy Chumps. And overall, really happy. And so with this final piece being built, which as you can see is not a gymnast bar, it is a swing to tie in the playground look, I have come to an end. This is what it's going to look like. So what I'll do is show you the run through that I did on Twitch so you can have a visual of the full picture. Here we go. So essentially, even though it says start here, you would actually, because being the flag at the end, you would technically start here. I don't know how kids would play on this. I really don't. That's not my problem. It just needs to look good. So I said, oh my lord. So essentially, this is just what it looks like, okay? So I got a chomp pomp. That's supposed to be like a tunnel or a bridge, and that catches their fall. It's got stars, and I was like, that works. And you would imagine that you go under the tunnels, you'd finish it. That is barely even hanging on. Hold on. I was gonna make them colored, these lights, these white lights, but I was like, if I make them colored, it's gonna be crazy. The wording is colored, like everything is colored. It's like kids like color, but to what degree? You know what I mean? I wanted the lights to stand out. I didn't want to have like all the Super Mario colors, and then all of these were colored. It would be bananas. So I sort of took inspiration from Super Mario Land Nintendo for their entrance and put that here with the big star and the A button, and just have fun. I made a little swing at the end, even though swinging with concrete beneath your feet would be bloody awful, but nevertheless it's supposed to look like it could be functional, even though I would never recommend your children coming to this playground ever. Ultimately that would be a downfall for you. So even though it says have fun, you're probably likely not going to have fun. Like if a kid tried to jump from there to there, they're probably going to crack some teeth. I don't think that's a safe distance. If you look at the height of the humans compared to that, look at this guy, super happy. Your child would die. Your child would die. So even if you had them at this height, there's no safety railing. And the coins are mysteriously floating, and so are these bricks. But if we look past that, you know, I made that cool question mark from scratch, only to find out there was actually a question mark available in the construction area. And I keep finding things to tweak. But overall, get out of there. This is what it looks like during the day, as you can see. And just for the purpose of the lights, I'll show you at night. So the start lights up, which is really cool. All the lights light up, but you can't see anything. The chomp pomp bodies light up. That's about it. So they're almost like a warning, like do not bring your children here at night. And I just made this little cute little Goomba who had to have blue teeth because nothing worked. Other than that, very happy with the end result. You know, that M took me a good hour to make. I'm not even kidding, to make it look pretty authentic. But overall, I hope you guys like it. I will put this on the Steam Workshop for anyone who wants to find it and use it. But I'm not doing that today. So at some point in the near future, this will be on the Steam Workshop. But for today, that is all I'm going to show you. And with that, we have it. So Super Mario Playground is complete. I'm very happy with that. I still haven't put it on the Steam Workshop, even though I recorded this over a week ago. At some point, like I said, in the near future, it will be there, but I cannot guarantee anything or any times. If you want it, put it in the comments below, and I will absolutely do it when it's on request. But otherwise, check that out. At this point, I'm just complaining about the fact that the M looks pretty shoddy, but I think that's all we need to show you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yep, the M is off the board. Yep. Okay, we don't need to see all the faults. I should really stop showing faults. But anyway, you get the overall look. The appeal is there, people. The appeal is there. So thank you to everyone who liked it. Watch this. Hope you liked it. And to the people that did like it, thank you so much for liking already. But other than that, see you guys on the next one. I'm out of ears, Melley as always, and bye-bye until the next one. Bye-bye. I said the same thing like 4 times, but you know what I'm saying. Hope you like it. If you liked it, thank you. See you on the next one. Oh, and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Save all your work, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Okay. All right. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.